So you may have seen in the other video that we diagnosed it and worked out that it's a wheel bearing. So I went to Repco, got another whole wheel hub. It was $355. We're just going to take the wheel off now and swap it over. It's the first time doing it, so hopefully I'll show you the right thing to do. You can buy this part alone, but for an extra 70 bucks or whatever it was, it's just easier to get it all done at once, and I don't have a press to put it all back together, so this is the way if you want to DIY. Just get the whole thing. These aren't normally that loose. I've already loosened them when the car was down. Everyone, calm down. All right, let's get this bad boy off. You're going to need to go to a whole bunch of stores and try and find yourself a 35mm socket, because apparently it's not a normal thing to come by. I went to like 6 different stores before I found this. So now that we've got the wheel off, we need to undo 3 bolts for the ABS, which are all 10mm. There's this one here. So you just follow this down, there's that one. Then we have another one here connected to a bracket. And then there's one more just here, holding the module on. We'll need to take all that off. And then also need to take off this one, which I believe is a 12mm. And these two, one up there. Both for the brake. Just going to take off the first one, work our way around to the second one, and then the last one down near the ABS plug. Alright, so we'll take that one out, take this one down here out, and then the last one, and then it should just pull away from it. This clip here just unclips with a flathead, put it in there and just twist, should pop off. Now that we've taken the ABS line off, now we're going to take the brake caliper and the line off. So for this one, it's a 19mm. There's the 2 bolts on the back that I showed you. And then we'll have to undo the 12mm for the bracket. Just want to support the brake caliper so it doesn't drop. Take this off. Just be careful not to bend this, because this bit here is solid, so you don't really want to bend that. I sort of just lift it up, sit it up there, get a cable tie. Just go around the spring. I neglected to bring a cable tie out, so I'll just go get one. I've got my cable tie. You can tie it up with whatever you have, really. It doesn't have to be a cable tie, but it's just what I prefer to use. Pull it through there, loop it through the spring, and then zip him. Now it's not going to fall on us while we're working on it, so this is probably really naughty, but the bolt that I took out of this bracket, this one, for the caliper, it's the right size to go into this. So if we just put that on there, tighten that up a little bit, it'll crack that off. Take this back out before I forget. We'll put this back over here, pretend like we never just did that. Take this off, and there we have it. Our very rusted wheel bearing. Nice. We want to now take off the dust cap. I've never done this before, and I've seen on YouTube that you can damage it very easily, so just gonna see how we go. I got the tiniest flathead I could, so I'm just gonna work my way around. Slowly getting it out. Wowzers. You'll know if it's not sealing properly, if you have like surface rust or anything in there, but that is clean in there. So now we need to remove this split pin. Just get your side cutters. I've found that that's the best tool for this from all the videos I watched, not because I've done it before. Just give it a twist around. And then the other one is under there. Just get some Mortimer pliers. Squeeze these together. Now you can get these side cutters, give it a little bite, and then lever it. Bite again, lever it. There you have it, that's out. And then this little guys. Now this is what that 35mm socket was for. So let me just double check that I didn't go around to 6 shops for no reason. Nah, snug. Cool. Feel better now. Alright, so we just want to break this off. I don't know how tight it is. I've also got the center diff locking gauge, so that way I can undo this. Cracked that. Alright, so that's that done. We'll just put that to the side. Now we've got to undo these remaining 4 bolts, crack these off. It's tightening. I'm a mechanic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now these won't come all the way out, so you just wind them out until you think that they're all the way out. Because if we look at this one, you can see when they're pressed together, the bolt's already in there. There's no way of putting that in there if it was already together. This needs to be rotated a little bit because the back of these threads, there's a head and I can't get the last 2 screws to unscrew all the way out. So I've unlocked the center diff lock, so I should be able to rotate this if I try hard enough. Yep, just twisted that far enough out of the way. Alright, that one's fully out. Now this one. Okay, that's fully out. So I'm using the 2 bolts that are clashing with this to hopefully pop it loose from the CV. Just make sure we work it evenly. Come back to this side, back to this side. Slide this off carefully. Don't forget to put that back on as well. So if we look at this, we can see that this is not clean at all. Looks like muddy water or something's gotten into here. So this is the wheel bearing. Listen to it. And we'll compare it to the new one. In the wheel hub kit it comes with, which is that one there, that's what you're looking at. So we might just pop that one out, swap it over. What we've got to do to get that seal out is we've got to remove the CV out of this. So to do that, you got to take out your sway bar. This model didn't come with a sway bar, so we'll just disregard that one. What you want to do is support the CV. And you want to make sure you're just careful pulling it out. You don't want to go banging it around, so you just carefully twist it out of the way. Set that to the side. So now we're just going to try and tap this guy out. So what I'm going to do now is just put these bolts back in loosely. Yeah. Just make sure you're only tapping that seal. So now I've got a rag. Just going to clean out in here the best I can. There's a lot of surface rust in here. I don't know why, but it's not like we do crossings or any salt water or anything. I'm just going to whack a bunch of grease on there. Probably doesn't need it, but can't hurt to have it. Everything's greased up now, so what we want to do, pop it in behind here, hand on each side, and just slide it in slowly. I am just putting it on everything because I'm messy. You need to undo these two bolts at the bottom. Twist that out of the way. Reverse what we did really. It's back in. Let's get back down here and put these bolts in. Normally I'd put some copper ease back on these, but I don't have it with me at the moment. Okay, let's put the other bolt in. And also you'll need to put your sway bar back in. That was all of Lachlan Newton meters. Put some more grease. More. You also just want to make sure you get it down all the way into that bottom piece because that's where the O-ring's going to sit. Slide it on over. Sit it on. Slide him on. Now you just want to sort of hold the CV and just give it a little wobble. Slide it on the best that you can, just about there. Now we'll just do these bolts back up. It's going to take you a while, but you just want to make sure you do these up equally so it pulls in nicely. Otherwise, you do one up and it's going to be pulling it in on an angle. You'll find that these start getting tight. You just want to make sure you keep going around a few times, as you'll find one you'll tighten up more and then the rest will become loose again. Now this nut here, you're meant to do this up to 235 Newton meters, but I don't have a torque wrench on me right now, so I'm just going to do it up to where I think, and then when I get to work on Monday or something, I might tighten it up again with a torque wrench. That's 100, 235. You just want to chuck the rotor back on. Just make sure your brakes are still all sitting in the right spot. Then we'll just tighten those.